Hello and welcome to Insights in Action with Orange 142, where we interview agency leaders and business owners to uncover the journeys, the strategies, and the insights that drive their success. At Orange 142, we're all about transforming brand stories into impactful digital experiences through innovative media and marketing solutions. And today I'm very lucky to be joined by Alen of LiveWeb Media. How's it going, Alen?
Hey, good. Thanks for having me. Everything is good to go.
Awesome. That's great to hear. And Alan, I would love to just start this off by understanding a little bit more about your background and a little bit more about live web media.
Sure. So I'm the founder of LiveWeb Media, and this goes back 26 years. So we've been in business for 26 years now,
Wow.
designing websites. And then when Google was formed and social media was formed, we adapted that into doing marketing for in Google and social media marketing, on top of several other things. But the core business remains as the web design.
Wow. 26 years is it's like a century in marketing agency world, right?
I've seen a lot of things come and go.
Yeah. And so you mentioned that when you started, no one was really doing it. Can you share more about the early days of live web media and what motivated you to venture into web design at a time where the internet was still like in its infancy?
Yeah, I started this in 1998, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 98. And I was working for an engineering company, and our department needed to have an internal website built, which I took upon myself to learn how to do this.
Mm,
And I think I was using Front Page at the time, which is a very old software now, but some people may remember what Front Page was.
mhm.
I didn't know any coding. I learned how to design a website, and it was very cool. Like, I really liked it. I'm thinking, what I designed for, even though it was for our department, was like people could just type it in and see it. Like, this was such a crazy concept for me. Because again, the internet was very new. And fast forward a little bit, I left the engineering company and I started LiveWeb Media. And I remember doing a little bit of research trying to figure out, what am I supposed to be pricing websites at? Again, shopping carts did not exist. There was no such thing as that. This was just strictly an informational website, 3 to 5 pages maximum. But I wanted to get an idea of, what are you supposed to charge for this? And I tried to look everywhere. And the closest thing that I could find was AT&T was designing websites for businesses only, typically around 1 or 2 pages, and they would charge per image, per text, per link. And
Wow.
I remember thinking, that's just so weird. I'm like,
Yeah.
why couldn't you just charge for the page? Hey, on this page, you got 10 images. Okay, that's included. I just couldn't understand why you would charge 10 images. And if
Mhm,
you need the 11th image, charge extra for it. I felt like that was nickel and diming. So when
mhm.
I founded LiveWeb Media, I went more along with that aspect of everything's included for this price.
Yeah.
I've never really, to this day, we don't really charge hourly. Unless if it's tech support and we just need to go in for 1 hour. But generally speaking, all of our projects, obviously SEO is a monthly contract. Web design is all by project. So it's like whatever that project costs, that's the project cost. It's so if the project goes longer, that's on us. If it
Mhm.
goes shorter because we got it done faster, that's on you. So
Yeah.
it's that's the project price. And so we've never charged hourly, and I think it's like a win for
Yeah.
everybody. So yeah, 26 years. And so when I started, of course, again, marketing didn't really exist. It was more like you go and you put a flyer on someone's car window or something like that. So I reached out to a lot of my friends who were just, they had just graduated the bar exam, or they had just gone into some form of their own type of business. And I would go to them and I'm like, you need a website, and I'm doing it. 'Cause again, no one was doing it, so it's not like
Yeah.
they had even an option to go anywhere. But I remember the conversation was like, I have a business card. Like, why do I even need a website? This is just more information than you can put on a business card. So
Right.
more about your company history or address, phone number. Again, it was still very basic,
Yeah.
but more than a business card.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, you've established one of the earliest web design companies. How have you seen the industry evolve over the years, and how has live web media adapted to these changes?
So I try, maybe some I miss, but generally speaking, I really have my ear to the ground. I listen, I do a lot of internal reviews. I look at other softwares that are coming and going, things that pop up, like when Google came into play for PPC marketing or SEO marketing. I jumped on and I adapted on that. When social media came in, it was the same thing. We're like, okay, you want to use that to your advantage, adapt to that. Obviously, right now is the era of AI, so we've already adapted to that. So we're already building AI tools for websites, whether it's a chat box that the AI will respond to you based on your questions. We have an AI tool that'll answer phone calls in case you have a business and you need the AI to. So it's I really try to stay up to date, if not ahead of the curve,
Yeah,
because as we know what happens to Blockbuster, if you don't pay attention to what's happening,
yeah,
you get left behind.
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's my job as the CEO. My job is to always pay attention, see what's out there, what new tools, what new softwares, what else can we bring to the table so that our customers can take advantage of and say, hey, when I go to LiveWeb Media, whatever I could think of, they have a solution for me rather than, oh, all they do is websites, which that's not the case, but
Yeah.
that's what we're mostly known for.
Yeah. And you said something interesting there. You guys have really embraced AI. And I know a couple of people that are doing very well. Their companies are doing very well by essentially installing chatbots for websites for local companies. Have you seen a big rise in that lately with the rise of AI? A lot of business owners might not know too much about AI, but they're like, "Hey, I heard about this thing. Hey, could you please help me implement it?" Or how's that?
So AI is definitely wherever you turn now in the news or social media,
Mhm.
wherever you go, someone's heard of AI and AI is here and it's only getting better. And because of the technology level that we are at, the speed at which things are getting better are so much faster than,
Oh,
oh, it would take a year for ChatGPT 3 to go to ChatGPT 4. So when you install AI on your website, it's basically like having a customer service representative act on your behalf after hours. You could use it during business hours as well, but what the shining moment is, instead of getting bombarded by phone calls or emails with questions that may be coming in, or maybe they're just warm leads, they're just investigating and they just have a bunch of questions. This AI tool really takes that off your hands. It'll take care of all their questions, book an appointment. So basically, they're almost like taking a warm lead and turning it into a hot lead without taking time away from you.
wow.
And that's where AI is shining right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's multi-million dollar companies being built off of solving the problem of what's called speed to lead, meaning when a lead comes in, how quickly can you respond to them when they're the
Mhm.
hottest? And so I think AI is solving that problem really well. And I think that's really cool that you guys are really embracing that. And why wouldn't a client that has had their website done by you, why wouldn't they come back to you and say, hey, can you now install this chatbot? That seems like a great way to go.
Yeah, and the other one we're doing right now is we are playing around with AI for our actual phone system. So when you call in, you will be greeted by an AI, but you would not know it. It
Wow.
is so lifelike with laughter, giggles, talking to you, getting to know you, what you're looking for, what you need help with, and you would think you're talking to. I've tested it and I know I'm calling an AI, and even that feels strange because they don't sound like an AI.
It's crazy how quickly it's advancing. Just yesterday, at the time of this recording, just yesterday, a new AI came out and like almost tanked the stock market. It's crazy what an effect it has on us. And you prefer working with clients who appreciate your talent and time. And I'm curious, how do you identify and cultivate such relationships? Like what kind of questions are you asking to figure that out?
We get all sorts of client leads from different avenues, whether it's Google, social media, but referral are by far the best. Everyone knows referrals are by far because when a client is referred to you, they are almost a done deal.
Yeah.
So what really is differentiating between us and most companies, because I'm sure there are companies out there that do what we do in this particular aspect that I'm about to talk about. But I've always approached this more from a non-business angle,
Okay.
meaning when that client is working with us, you're not a client, you're not a number. And so we've maintained the boutique style company that I've established. I've never wanted to have 100 or 200 employees.
Mm,
I've always liked having we have about 15 to 20 maximum. Sometimes this rotates.
mhm.
And that is maximum because what I want to know is I want to know your name. I want to know your kids' names. I want to know your
Yeah.
birthday. I want to know your dog's name.
Yeah.
Like things of that nature where we have things in common. So this almost feels like you're working with a friend
Mm,
about your project, your website, whatever, rather than I hired a company I don't know anything about. I don't know if they know anything about me. So it's
yeah.
like that to me, when we strike up that type of conversation, I love it. Because again, you feel like you're just talking to a friend about a project.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And that eliminates burnout too. In my experience working in the agency world, like when you have clients, when you're not just saying yes to every person who comes along and really trying to work with people who align with your values and make that relationship strong, you don't feel it doesn't feel like work. There's agencies out there that are very transactional that say yes to every single person, and that's, in my opinion, a very like quick path to burnout and feeling like you are working a job again.
Yeah, and there's probably one of the differences is for doing it for 26 years, you gotta love what you do.
Yeah,
So because this is in the design world and I love design, that's probably one of the things that helps me. I actually really enjoy doing what I do.
yeah,
That certainly helps. Like people ask me when am I gonna retire or if I'm gonna sell the company, and I struggle with those answers because I don't have an answer for those because I'm
yeah,
like, could I ever retire? Could I ever sell the company? Probably the answer is probably not.
yeah,
But that's the future, you can't tell. But we're lucky enough to be in a position where we're also interviewing you when you come to us.
yeah,
In the beginning, yeah, you are trying to get projects and you're trying to build up your company. But when you get to the decade level, you're lucky enough to be able to hear the client, hear what their issues may be and how you
mm,
can help. But you're also interviewing them because if a client it could be difficult, we're like, you know what, this probably isn't the right fit or whatever. So we're
yeah,
lucky to be in that position that we are truly trying to meet in the middle and do what we can to help you. But you also need to be very easygoing, open-minded, whatever the case is. Because if you have had worked with 5 or 10 different companies and you fired all of them, there's going to be a problem.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Wow, I love that. What an amazing agency you have. It's huge congrats to you for being around for 26 years. That's a very big accomplishment. Alan, where can people learn more about you and where can people learn more about your agency?
So it's funny. Of course, you can type in the website address www.livewebmedia.com. But believe it or not, if you Google me, I will come up everywhere. I have articles written about me. But of course, they're all related to live web media, but there's articles written about me. There's amazing podcasts like Orange 142. But yeah, it's like I come up, all you have to do is Google me and I'll come up.
Awesome. Very cool. Thank you so much again for being on, Alan. This was very great, very insightful.
Thank you, Chef. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.